Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Dinosaur and the Dude, the only podcast in the fucking world with the shittiest audio with the most amazing content. Love that you all are listening to us, and we really appreciate it. So sit back and relax as we start this episode. Hey everyone, before we get started in this episode, I want to say a big thanks to everyone. We do it later on in this episode, but just definitely want to do one for everyone. Um, so here we go. I'm gonna try not to fuck this up. We're gonna try and cover every country in every state, every city in that state. Here it is. Hungary, thank you. Wherever you are in the country, thanks. Malaysia, in Selangor, you, thanks. Thanks so much, everybody in Selangor and in Malaysia. Keep it up. Sorry for the mispronunciation. I'm going to try and do my best. Belgium, thank you for everyone in Belgium and the Brussels capital. Finland and Uisma, I guess I'm saying that correctly. Thanks for listening. Switzerland, thanks everybody involved. Uh, India, Gujarat, thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. In Germany, let's kick it up to Germany and see what. Yeah, Bavaria and Land Berlin, thanks a lot for listening. I don't know how to say it in German. Taiwan, New Taipei, thank you so much. France, we've got Ile-de-France, appreciate it. We really do. We Australia and New South Wales, thanks so much for listening to us over down under. And UK, in England and Wales. Thank you so much for all of you there in the UK that's listening. Now, in the United States, here we go. Man, start from the bottom and go to the top. Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska. Thanks so much. Really, really, really. You're new on the list, actually. Nebraska, and I think Vermont too. I'm not sure. Essex Junction. No, you're not new, but you're you're still cool. Wisconsin in Waunakee, Wisconsin. None of these cities or states have question marks. It's just me guessing that I'm pronouncing it correctly. Pennsylvania, Somerset, Pennsylvania. Thank you, thank you, thank you for every one of you that are listening there. Massachusetts, thanks so much. And East Falmouth, 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 Falmouth. East Val, fuck it. Let's see, where are we now? We are in Connecticut, Bridgeport. Thank you, everybody over there in Bridgeport. Um, in South Dakota, Rapid City. Appreciate every ear that is listening. Iowa, Indianola. We thank you, Indianola and Iowa, for the listeners that are out there. North Dakota. No, I'm sorry. I can't fucking read. North Carolina. Sorry. North Carolina and Raleigh, North Carolina. Every time I hear Raleigh, North Carolina, I think of Ric Flair. I hope we, I hope we don't get sued for that. I doubt we get sued. It's true, dude. Talk about that. Minnesota, Rochester, Minnesota, to be specific. Thank you for everyone listening out there in that state, in that city. Appreciate it. Michigan, Macomb, and West Bloomfield. You guys and gals are awesome. Let's see who's next. New Mexico. Talk about them often because we know who's out there. Roswell, New Mexico. Of all places, it's awesome. We got people in Roswell, New Mexico. Thank you. California, we got Fresno and San Mateo. That kind of, we had a couple of more. Come on, California, don't drop off on us. I thought we had a couple more in California, but it is what it is. Um, let's see, and now going on up a little bit more, Virginia. Thank you, Virginia, and specifically in Ashburn and Alexandria, Virginia. Appreciate everything. You guys listening. New Jersey, Fairview, New Jersey. Uh, Kentucky, what do you got? Corbin, Kentucky. Thank you for the listens. In Indiana, we have Indianapolis. Yeah, thank you. Now we're getting into Georgia, at Atlanta and Macon, Georgia. Thank you, everyone over there in Atlanta. Um, oh man, in Georgia and Macon. In Arizona, we got Phoenix, Arizona. Been through there once, I think. Florida. Oh man, we got Hot Springs, Fort Lauderdale, Pompano Beach, Palm Bay, and Orlando. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Florida. I That's all I can say. You guys, solid showing, awesome and amazing. New York, we got New York, Bronx, Brooklyn, and Queens showing out. New York City showing out. New York, thanks so much, everybody in New York. Really appreciate it. Ohio, got Toledo, Columbus, Cincinnati, Maumee, and Perrysburg. And Ohio is just crazy right now. And then we got Texas. What the fuck? We got Mansfield, Lubbock, Bedford, Lake Jackson, El Paso, Irving, Fort Worth, Hurst, Houston, Dallas, Arlington, Kingwood. What is going on? That's a lot. Thanks a lot. That's a lot going on, Texas. Appreciate it. Really do. We really appreciate everybody in every state, every country, every city. Anybody that gives us any bit of their time to listen, we really appreciate it. Whether it's on Spotify, Radio, Apple Podcasts, whatever you're listening to us in every way, Android, iPhone, Mac, PC, whatever, however you're getting it, we really appreciate it, and we really thank you for giving us a slice of your day or time, period, to give us a shot and to hopefully be entertained in some kind of way from some of the stuff that we say. We're just regular people fumbling through different topics, and we're happening to share them with you. So enjoy. All right, let's get to the episode. Yeah,
Hit live.
we are.
We are live?
Yeah, we've
Oh,
been
so wait,
recording.
hold on. Is it starting? Hold on. Okay.
No, well, you've clapped 15 minutes and 30 seconds late. I mean, yeah, before you got on, we were live.
Well,
Okay,
shit.
so hey everybody. I mean, since you clapped, it's
Hey, guys.
official. Uh,
That's true, right? Thank you for
yeah, right. It's
respecting.
like, well, no fucking about now. Can't waste a good clap. Hey, welcome. Thanks. Well, no, thanks for inviting us or having us over.
Yeah,
That
thanks for
we should be
inviting us.
we should be thanking you for welcoming us into
Right.
your
Correct.
ears. Thanks
Yes.
a lot. And if you brought other people to listen to us and you listen to us by way of a group, even better. I don't know how that worked out. Maybe it's a break in the orgy. I don't know. But
Just put
in
it
any
on
case,
during, we'll be the
God,
entertainment.
Jesus
I'm fine
Christ.
with that.
What kind of intellectual fucking is that? You're gonna have us running in the background.
Hey, look, we
That would
already
be
have our
amazing.
disclaimer up. I mean, we need to see what yours looks like at this point.
That would be amazing. So yeah, this is the dinosaur and the
Yeah,
dude.
this is the dinosaur and the dude.
Yeah,
The
it's the podcast. I don't know
yes,
if you've heard about us, but
it is a podcast. And if
it
you
is
don't
the
know that this is a
podcast.
podcast, guess what? You're listening to a
Yeah,
podcast.
it is, and it's a orthodox podcast. That means we're all audio. That
We're a
means
theater of the mind, if you
you
will.
don't have to look down and
No,
oh, wonder what they're wearing. Nah,
no, just
we
I could be wearing a fucking gorilla suit.
I'm
Who
wearing
knows?
nothing. I'm wearing nothing. There you
Go
go.
you.
There you go. But yeah, we're the only podcast in the world. Like
Hmm.
you can
In the whole
literally
planet.
search the world. And guess what? I
Hmm.
have searched the world, and I'll give you these results after I finish saying this. But we're the only podcast in the world with the shittiest audio,
So true.
but the most amazing content.
Easy.
You don't have to go back, but the episodes of this year, and you'll know we have shitty audio.
Oh my God. It wasn't too far
So
long.
yeah, right,
It sounded like we
right.
were smoking, like we were
Only.
chain fucking smokers, like old timers, you know?
So what I meant by that, I searched the world. I thought this was super interesting, and I stared at it for a good bit. I stared at it, and I was like, wow. So it's legit. So a couple of things happened this week, just to hip you all to the the constant ongoings that is the dinosaur and the dude. Uh, we realized that we had some 5-star reviews, so thank you
Yes.
everyone, all four
That's
of you
very
that's
nice.
given far.
You better stop it because I don't know what our stats are.
Well, right, but well, I'm letting some people know
Okay.
we got 5-star reviews, and one person gave a comment that was fantastic. We don't know who this person
I
is,
appreciate it.
but we do.
That's called love. Just put it
We're
out
just
there.
letting
You
you
know what I
know.
mean?
Yeah, we're just letting you know we actually read them, and so thank
Hmm.
you. And this one is said it's from a person. They go by who likes to review. Gave us 5 out of 5 stars and says hilariously entertaining. 5 stars. Thanks for the laughs and time well spent.
Oh, that's cool.
That was
So,
literally a month. Well, last month.
okay, guys, listen up. So I don't know if you know this about us, but we can
Mm,
be a little cynical.
mm,
So of course we're going to try to fact check this, right? Because like I know that I didn't put the review out there
yeah,
and he knows he didn't.
right.
So now I'm on the hunt because I want to find out who it is.
Like
So
I was sitting there. I
slide
was like,
into the DMs, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Just go like real quick and be like, boop, boop, it was me
But
to let me know
remember,
who
with
you are because
lotion,
I just want to give you a special hello.
yeah, with lotion though. Remember, if you're gonna
Really
slide
hard
into,
with those,
if
really
you're gonna
hard with lotion.
slide in any of our DMs, please,
And you might actually hear this like,
yeah. Or whoo, if you like, do it in the middle of the night. Just
You'll
come,
probably hear a lot more than that, okay?
just
Probably like it's
just
gonna
get
sound a
in it.
lot like your life ending.
Yeah, just get in a DM while somebody's sleeping. How dare you? But
The
yeah,
creeper.
yeah, right. Like the
It would be
power of the
fucked up if
DM
we picked
killer.
somebody on the internet. We're not going to do this, by the way. This is not
Yeah,
happening. But if
yeah.
we were to latch on to somebody on the internet and then
Hmm.
every night at a certain time have a message that goes out to them, like
See,
every at
see
the
what you're putting
same
out there.
moment.
See what you're putting out there.
I'm
Mm-mm,
so sorry, y'all. Don't do that to
mm-mm.
people, please.
But
It's just
see,
not
okay,
the fact of mine. I pre-gamed. That's what it is. And I have head trauma and I've been through a lot and I'm real tired. But don't do
but
it.
I went through the
Oh
world.
my God, hold
Okay,
on. Waiver.
well, not yet. I
Are
went through the world.
you sure?
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I went through the world, and I was like, and by the world, I mean I searched, and literally, when you're looking us up, and you're like, "Ooh, I want more podcasts like this." Spotify says we can't find anything. There's
Yes.
nothing like us in all of
Yes.
Spotify.
Correct. Correct.
I cannot tell you
And that,
how
ladies and gentlemen, is called a knockout.
I can't tell you how long I stared at that. I was like, wow.
Can you share that? Like, send it
I'm
to me
sending
because
it
I
to
need to
you
frame
right
it.
now. I'm
I
sending it
just
to
need
you
to
right now.
frame that.
I meant to send it to you earlier, and
Please
then
send it to me.
I totally forgot about it, and then it just came to mind. It's like, you know what? I searched the world. We can legit say this because there's no one in all of Spotify. So
Oh, that's
with all
good.
that being said, we're gonna we're going to kick off into the topics that we are going to be talking about today because we have topics today. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But
Today
whether
we
we do or
do.
not, hmm?
Today we do.
Yeah, today we do. But whether we do or not, we always want to make sure you are fully aware of what you're about to put
Mm.
your toes in. And we
If you
have a
don't know
disclaimer.
already, then that's probably a red flag.
Yeah. So we have a disclaimer just so that you can listen to know that you are probably not going to be enlightened in any way at the end of this. But here it is, the disclaimer for you to fully understand the depth of what you're about to experience.
Yeah, listen up.
Okay, everyone, before we get started into this episode, uh, whatever we might be talking about might be triggering. So here's the warning. Just be mindful of what we are saying is definitely something that we're not trying to trigger you on, but just some of the topics might be a little iffy in regards to,
Sensitive,
yeah, exactly. That's the word I was trying to say.
fragile, delicate.
Yeah, and we're not saying that you are. It's just that some of the content might
No,
trigger somebody in a certain
it's
way.
offensive.
We
We
do
get
talk
it.
about we talk about different things that happen to people that could be assaults or somebody could be killed or
We do
changed
try to give
or
trigger warnings though, so I'll give you
yeah,
the quick disclaimer.
yeah. So
Um,
here's the yeah. So yeah, you all listen to her. The dinosaur is gonna go over the disclaimer because I can't because I don't give a fuck. She cares way more. She cares way more than I do, even though she'll say the opposite. So you all
that's
just
true.
listen to the disclaimer. It's here for your benefit. Here's the dinosaur. Also, everything that we're saying in our episodes, unless we state otherwise, is all for entertainment. And there's no there's nothing that we're giving away as advice or of a matter of fact that you should go out in the world and do your own thing. We're basically saying we're not responsible for whatever fuck ups you experience after listening to us and trying to do whatever the fuck we're talking about. That's on you. Okay. All right. No, she'll finish out the rest of the disclaimer.
Um, we don't know shit, and we don't try to say that we know shit. We like the internet, and it likes us, so we play together sometimes. But don't take anything that we say to heart. Don't take it as the gospel. Don't take it as an expert of any kind because we don't know shit. We just like to hang out and with y'all and talk about goofy shit or funny shit or scary shit or real shit or whatever shit. And
It's just all shit. Yeah.
it's all shit with the audio shit. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's pretty much
Yeah.
that's our moniker.
Okay. Yeah.
So if we know that we're going to offend you, so we get that. At some point, we will offend somebody, and if we do, we're sorry. Find another podcast. Not that we
Mm-hmm.
don't want you here. It's just that if we're going to be in the habit of offending you, then we don't want to hurt your feelings. So, um,
Yeah.
but if you're not 18, please don't listen to this.
Mm.
And I think that might be it.
All right. So let's get to it.
Okay. Well,
Here we
first of all,
go.
I need to tell you something.
What's that?
And I played it cool. I didn't have a panic attack or anything. So while you were saying at the very beginning of the episode, I had a
Uh-huh.
lozenge in my mouth
Okay.
and it slipped down my throat,
Oh,
the
you
whole
okay?
thing.
Yeah.
And I
Took the
just kind
whole
of felt it go like gloop, and
thing.
it went down.
Mm-hmm.
But for a
Mm-hmm.
minute, I had to make for sure that it wasn't my trachea. It was kind of hard to breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You swallow a lozenge whole. It's a whole thing. It's kind of weird.
I tend to chew them,
It's
honestly.
kind of weird because, God damn it. Somewhere, somehow, some way, I know someone's clipping all these audios and just gonna come back later on us
Oh,
with
AI's
this
already
whole.
tracked us. Come on.
But what I'm about to say is, it's weird. Like we can swallow a lot, and we can swallow. See, I knew there's no way to get around it without sounding bad. We can swallow a lot,
I had
and we
I
can
had tea in my mouth, you dick.
and we can swallow big chunks of things. But
Sure, sure.
but we never think about it. Like we swallow our food like it's just, okay, just shovel it in. But as soon as
Right.
you like have a size related to something, and you swallow that thing whole, you swear you're about to die. Oh my God, I just
Well,
swallowed.
yeah, that's true, and that's an extreme, but, back in the day, you had to chew they would say, like, "Chew so many times for," and I'm like, "For the fuck
Right,
what?" I
right, yeah,
mean,
yeah, right.
if I
But
have
it's
to
just
chew that long, I don't need it, okay?
yeah, it's all right. If I gotta
If
prep
my
it,
exterior carnage can't, or, like, my carnal instinct can't get through that thing, then my innards will
yeah.
not. It's just gonna pass right through.
And that thing always got. I always had questions for that. It's like you got to chew your food better. It's like okay,
Oh, I thought you were
then
talking about you had questions about your GI tract, and I was
no, I did. It's
like,
like I
not
did.
definitely
No,
not
I
gonna
did.
get through that.
It was always like you got to chew your food better. It's like okay, well then
You
explain
gotta
corn.
treat your food better. How fucking wholesome is that?
Yeah, chew your food better. It's like well, okay, explain corn because I just chewed the fuck out of that, and it still comes out like I didn't do anything. And then
But
corn
look,
is a
corn fights back. You see what I'm saying? That's exactly what you
yeah,
just said. Corn
corn
fights
just is
back.
like
You
corn is like
you
I
may get
don't
to
care.
town on it, but you gonna look a little worse
Yeah,
for the wear, you know?
yeah. Corn is corn is corn is
It's not a
amazing.
it's not a fashion statement.
No, no, it's not. It's
I
not.
mean, who knows?
So, what are we doing? Are we
I
gonna
sent you
do?
some
We did the
stuff.
check
I
in.
sent you some stuff.
We're gonna check in on each other. Okay, fine. I'll start. I'll
Okay.
start.
Go ahead, go ahead.
They're still alive, and I know that's a big wipe of the brow for everybody listening. Like, oh shit. And some people are doubling down on their bets. I still think he's going to be a serial killer. I get it, but no, they are. It's um, it's interesting. I feel like I'm in a house of gaslighting now. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
because it's like when you start when you start hanging with people that their memory is already um, fading to the point that it's like they're functional about it.
Dysfunctional?
No, they're functional.
Okay.
Like when like my mom's memory is going out, but she feels like it's okay to repeat things. Like, no, it's not. It's just you kind of like denying that you're not listening and or remembering shit. It's like, no, just go ahead and repeat it. It's okay to repeat things. It's like, And so that's been going on for a good bit. And now it's to the point where she's not remembering conversations, but then remembers the conversation so that it's best suited for her not having remembered the conversation. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes.
Like like I'll like you'll say something to me and say, "No, we never talked about that." And you're like, "Yeah, we did. We talked about it." "No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't." I mean,
Well, do you think that she
I
uses
mean, I
that as
think
an
that
excuse to not have to deal with anything because everything's such a burden?
well, I mean, I think that when we, yeah, I mean, when we did talk about it, it was like I said this, not what you just said. I said because we didn't. I'm like, but then you're sitting there going, okay, so I just told him we talked about it. He said we didn't talk about it, but then he said if we did talk about it, and then came up with a whole different scenario that fits his logic of not remembering that we talked about it. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like that's a new continual trend now of where it's just becoming a continuance
With
of
your mom or with
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah. And
okay.
so
And how's your
I'm
dad doing?
like whatever. I mean, he's I mean he's in the same state. It doesn't it's ups and downs, ebbs and flows. Some days it's coherency.
Do I need to come down and talk to your family?
Some days I don't want to talk to anybody,
Like,
and
I
I'm
will
just
stage an
like,
intervention, and it won't be for you.
I don't think there's. I don't even know what would be intervened, and to the point, like I don't know what would stick.
Right.
So, because she doesn't stick to anything really. She'll try something. She's like the poster child for fads, like fad diets and stuff like that. She's the poster child for that. She'll try
Oh.
anything for a solid month, and then after that, "Oh, I thought you were doing, yeah, I'm just, mm-mm." I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, she doesn't really even stick to medication, so she's not really going to stick to any help from an intervention. So it's
No,
kind
I'm
of a
not asking for her support, your mom's support.
right. I know intervention is never really like, hey, can we have an intervention with you? No, you're never really asking somebody ahead of
Would like to formally invite you to a
right,
proper grilling.
right. Dress code is light. You don't have to. Nope.
Right.
Just, it's a
Come
come
hungry.
as you are. Come as you are. Don't eat big. Okay. You got a trip. You got a trip afterwards. So they'll feed you.
Exactly.
They'll feed you on the plane. So
Right, bye-bye.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know
No,
what?
but
Go
other than that,
here, retire in Costa Rica. Go, go, goodbye.
other
You
than
know?
that, they're doing all right. They're doing all right. I mean, as well as can be expected. I'll say it that
Sure.
like that. As well as.
Okay.
So how about you?
I'm good. I feel good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I get tired if I really overdo it, but
Right. I mean, the
I'm
steroids are treating you well.
steroids are helping me, you know?
Really? Wow. There's some glee in that.
No, I mean, like I'm up walking around and going and just grabbing this and doing that, and I haven't had
Yeah.
that much movement
Uh-huh.
in quite a time because
Yeah.
I couldn't breathe.
Right.
And now I'm able to breathe a little bit better.
So it's helping out the lung situation.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Great. I mean, I think that's the major thing is like, okay, is it really helping you? And if it is, great. And if
Right.
so, okay, how do we progress from here sensibly? Like you're saying, without overdoing yourself. Clearly, you don't want to start doing the roids, and the next thing you know, you're up there, putting a new roof on the house.
Fucking
You,
jazzercising.
right,
Or
right. You-
prancer-sizing.
Yeah, headbands and fucking leg warmers and going to town. I mean, I think it's all within moderation as long as you're able to have, sufficient progression without completely wearing yourself out.
Right.
And so yeah,
It's a
that's
balance.
good. Yeah.
And Tyler and I hung out.
Mm-hmm.
We had a good time.
Good.
Um
Good.
and then had a really deep conversation with my mom today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just like it was just a good fucking conversation with your mom. Like,
Oh.
I mean, I know that we were just talking that your conversations with your mom
Yeah. Right.
are completely different. But on that flip side,
Right. Right. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
relationship is I mean, that conversation was really good. So, you know,
It's one of those where you walk away, you walk away and like, wow, that was, I feel real good about that.
kind of nice
Man, that was a
actually.
good conversation. Yeah. Wow.
Right. It feels good when they happen, you know? It feels good.
Yeah. Right.
But we've had a
Right.
history, so,
Yep.
you know, she was as everybody does, and, we're doing good.
Hmm. Awesome.
And my wife is seriously smashing it, so, you know.
It's perfect. That's
Although
amazing.
yesterday, actually
Yeah.
last evening, I look over I look over and she is on a message with, um, my wife-in-law,
Yeah.
and and, they were blowing kisses to each other and showing their beavers. I know it.
I'm digesting. I'm digesting.
It's a lot.
I'm digesting.
I know.
I'm di-
You gotta just let that one run
you,
the course.
no, well, no, I'm trying to, but I feel like I need to repeat it to make sure that what I'm digesting is literally what you said. I don't want to.
Mhm.
I don't want to add my own
Yeah, so
paprika. I don't want to add my own paprika to that shit. So
it's
let me
her
just say it.
ex-wife. It's her ex-wife.
Okay, yeah, because I was
So
like,
my
okay,
wife-in-law,
so
right? And she's a
your
fantastic
ex-wife-in-law.
person.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so for people that are just joining
I'm
season two,
gay. You
yeah,
didn't know.
right, yeah, right. For people that are just joining season two and they like, ooh, it's too much shit in season one. Fuck those 52 episodes. Okay, so the dinosaur is the official member of the LGBTQ community,
Mhm.
whereas I am just an ampersand that just flops around and says, "Hey," because there's good hors d'oeuvres at the party. Um, she got
That's
an invite.
actually so true.
Yeah, it is super
Literally
true.
true.
It is literally every party that you and I have been to.
That's funny.
She got the invite. I'm just a plus ones plus one. So um
And they left at the door.
right. And like, hey, can he come? He was supposed to, but can he just come, for a little bit? His friend's gonna pick him up and then I just stay for the party. It's like,
Oh
okay.
my god. Wouldn't that be
It's
hilarious to just
absolutely it.
pass somebody at a party?
Huh?
Like passing somebody on to a party and then
Yeah,
leaving and
that's what
then
it is.
going and then leaving.
That's me. That's my exit. That's my ampersand life. But okay, so if you missed it in season one, the dinosaur the dinosaur has a lovely wife who
Yes.
was previously married
Yes.
to another wonderful person. Now,
Mhm.
I say that, and I said that with that pause because it's still something that I wrap my head around. But in any case,
I know a lot of people can't
they
deal with it, but
they are very the dinosaur's wife and her ex-wife are very amicable.
well, no, not really. I mean, they weren't for a really long time.
Well, they weren't. Yeah, but I'm saying now. I'm not. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, but
now part.
it's not just my wife. Like
No, no,
I
I'm getting to
adore
that.
my wife-in-law.
I'm
She's
getting to that.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. I'm walking people through it. I'm walking people through the
Okay,
steps because
pretty simple steps.
you already told them a story of the of what it is now, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Let me just, I'm just holding their hand, saying, "Come on, this is how we get there."
Okay.
So
We're just taking
they're
a little
very
stroll through the
amicable,
forest.
and the dinosaur is now married to her, and the dinosaur is also very like, wow, this is amazing. And so the three of them are very um nice and wonderful to each other. They
Compatible to
might
hang out with,
they
she's a
might
friend.
no joke, they might slip up and have a threesome. I'm just putting it out there and
Oh,
saying
that nuh-uh, that's not gonna happen,
I
though.
said it first. People say it's not gonna happen, and next thing you know,
But it's
they
not
all
gonna
try this
happen.
they all
No.
try this one drink, and the next thing you know, they're looking at each
See,
other going,
that's the
"Oh
thing,
shit."
though, I don't drink, and I just smoke, and I wouldn't wanna do that. I would wanna talk about philosophy or some shit, or
Right.
talk about how the government's trying to fuck us, whatever.
Any case,
Any case.
I said that just now, and I'm just saying, I feel like we're one step closer when you're sharing
Jesus.
pictures. And anyway, this is how everyone that is just joining us for this season, this is how we progress to the point of where one
Just filled with shame.
is sending kisses to the other, and the other is responding with kisses to the other,
Totally. No, it
kiss
wasn't
emojis.
emojis.
It wasn't kiss emojis.
No.
Okay, so they were
No.
taking pictures of of their mouths because I don't want to confuse. They were
No, they
taking
were
pictures of
on
them.
Facebook Messenger, like, we
Oh,
'cause we're checking in with her, and so she put a
so you.
filter on, and you had to blow kisses
Hmm.
to activate this ball being kicked. Like, it looked for that that mouth thing. So they were playing a game,
No.
and I'm dying. I'm laughing
Oh,
so
I am
hard.
right now.
My lungs fucking hurt. Like,
I'm doing that now.
it was
So there's a
awesome.
there's
And
a
then
game.
they, came across this beaver filter where it was a beaver on a beaver dam. And so and it had their face in the beaver's face. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
boy. So
God.
that's how
And I was
and that's how
calling them
we're
out as they were doing it. I was like,
yeah,
"And look, and now y'all do okay, I see what's," you know?
yeah. So now, so see how the play of words goes, everyone?
Right, right, right.
Now we realize that the beaver wasn't a beaver, but a beaver, like a
I
beaver, animal beaver, not not a 70s beaver.
right. I bet
70s
70s
beaver?
beavers though, legit 70s beavers, the animal, I bet they feel like cast aside.
Yeah, they feel like they lost a lot of things.
That
Like,
was gonna be
yo,
a bumper crop for them that year, but they couldn't do it.
we used to be hats. Now we're in centerfolds. Yo, it's the dude. Just let me interrupt this episode real quick just to let you know about Bobby Rapscallion. In case you've missed it in previous episodes when we talked about him, Bobby Rapscallion is a lifestyle brand that produces amazing CBD products. I'm talking about gummies, oils with melatonin in it. If you're looking for that sweet ass sleep, go to BobbyRapscallion.com and get CBD now. If you don't even know how many milligrams you should be taking, don't worry about it. They got a calculator on their website where you can put in your body weight and it'll tell you exactly how many milligrams of CBD you should be taking a day. Okay? There's no THC in it, so even if you get, random piss tests, you don't have to worry about it. If you're allergic to THC, you don't have to worry about it. Okay? Go to BobbyRapscallion.com and for a limited time, you can put in our code. Yeah, the Dinosaur and the Dude has a code. Put in the letters TDTD20 and you'll get 20% off their CBD products. That's TDTD20. 20% off Bobby Rapscallion CBD products at BobbyRapscallion.com. I don't think you could use it on the bulk. I mean, because it's bulk. I mean, you could buy bulk, but I think bulk is already at a discount, so you can't use our code. But for the individual purchases of CBD products, absolutely. TD20, 20% off Bobby Rapscallion products. If you're looking for high quality, high potency CBD, this is it. If you're not using Bobby Rapscallion, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you. You're doing yourself a disservice. That's it. So go there now. BobbyUpscallion.com. Get it. Use our code. Get 20% off. All right. Now enjoy the rest of the episode. I don't get
Right.
it. When did that happen? And none of us are in it. Okay. Wow. Man. Well, I'm glad
Yes.
everything is still going well between the three of you.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll be able to match that story, but for right now, um,
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear it.
let's get on to another segment of what we haven't done in a while.
Which is
Okay, which one? Because I kind of sent you some of the things I'd like to discuss.
okay.
Which one would you like to do first?
Okay. Hold on. So what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we
Well,
doing?
we got the two. We got the two.
We've got Miss Japan,
Yeah,
former Miss
we got
Japan,
the two world events. Yep,
and
and
then the Outer World event.
yeah. Well, yeah, the world event, the outer world event, and then the ask segment. So which one do you want to do first?
Hmm. Let us see. Okay, tell me about the Ukraine Miss Japan,
Oh
whatever
man.
person.
So
Because here's the thing, I don't know
mhm.
how much of my interest you're going to be able to capture, but I'm going to give you a fucking hell of a shot. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. Give a hell of a
Right.
shot. That's awesome.
Sell me.
Um, what to say? We've talked about this kind of thing before, okay? And now it's just coming like circling back around, I guess. So earlier earlier this year, and actually a little bit of last year, there was the whole process of the Miss contest, which we have all over the world, which then culminates into this event where it's Miss Universe. I don't know why it's called Miss Universe. Why it's not called Miss Earth or Miss World? Because it's not. We're not gathering other people from the universe
They
to
were
be in this
invited, they just
contest.
didn't show up. It's not our fault.
Yeah, it's like, hey, this is the most beautiful woman in the universe. Yo, have you checked out these Alpha Centauri women though? They are
They were
banging.
just
They're not.
slamming,
You're
you
not
know what I
even on
mean?
the. You're not even on the map
I mean, like
universe-wide.
I consider it. You know what I mean?
So in any way, all the winners of the different other ones like Miss USA, Miss Japan, Miss Argentina, they all show up and they compete in that one. But before that even happens, there's the contest for who's going to be Miss Argentina, who's going to be Miss USA, and so they have that also in Japan. The previous years, there's been a mild bit of controversy because of ethnicity issues, and that's literally what it boils down to. And in Japan, they have a thing where okay, if you're half Japanese, okay, we kind of give you a pass because you're half, but really, we kind of also don't, you know, connect as well. And it's kind of like what you and I were talking about before, how some people just claim, "Hey, I'm 1/16 or 1/8 Native American. I'm Choctaw for life." That kind of thing. And they,
You 100% full of shit. Okay.
yeah, and the yard is full of dream catchers. They're like catching the dreams of the community. So apparently in Japan, it's like, yo, nah. I mean, after half, I mean, you could be Japanese in your mind, but society wise, we're really not accepting you like that. And so the previous years they've had different, like they had one winner that was half Indian, half Japanese, and they
Okay.
had other previous like that. But this year struck a chord really, really deep because of the current person that won for this time around, this representation. And so the big thing for that one was that this person, when you looked at a picture of her, you're like, huh, okay. Like I had to catch myself because I'm almost like, okay, I don't want to be like really racist, but I'm like, I'm trying to see it. I'm really trying to see where where it's at. So Carolina Shiino, who's 26, was crowned Miss Japan. She was born
Okay.
in Ukraine.
Wait, for
Yeah,
real?
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
they got papers?
yeah. Like you go with those three words, and you're kind of like, okay, but how do
I
we
know.
get
I
to
did
the?
the dog thing, like where your
Yeah,
head goes
yeah.
kind of
You're
crazy
like,
for a minute.
yeah, you're like, how do we get to the end?
Wait,
How did
what?
that?
Huh?
You said she won, but then you said she was born.
Wait.
Okay, so she was born in Ukraine. Now, at first, you're probably thinking, okay, yeah, she was born in Ukraine. And then, of course, she moved back to Japan. And of course, one of her parents, her mom or her dad, must be Japanese.
Right. Yeah, totally.
So she was born in Ukraine,
Hmm.
there until she was 5. And then she moved back. Well, not back, sorry. Then she moved to Japan. And she she's always lived there. And so now what, she's lived there 20, yeah, she's 26 now, so 21 years she's been in Japan, raised in Japan, gone to school in Japan, da 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 da. And her mom married remarried a guy uh, who's Japanese. Thus, she took on that guy's name, Shino. So there lies the real dilemma. She's not. She was Her parents, her biological parents weren't Japanese. They were Ukrainian. Her dad and her mom are Ukrainian.
So, do you think that this is? I'm just trying to understand, like, Okay, but what's the problem?
So her dad and mom were Ukrainian. She was born in Ukraine, moved to Japan at 5. Her mom married another dude. She took on that last name. She didn't get, hold on a sec. Is that beeping happening on over there with
No,
you?
it's me, and I'm really sorry.
Okay, no, no, no. I was just making sure I wasn't here. It wasn't my headphones telling me it's running out of power. Okay, anyway. So
I'm just so popular.
she
Not
moved
really.
to she moved to Japan with her mom. Her mom remarried. She took on the last name of the guy. She took on the family name of the guy her mom married. Okay. After being there 20 some odd years, she just got citizenship in 2022 for naturalized citizenship to be able to say
Okay.
she's Japanese by way of citizenship, nationalized citizenship, which for those that don't know, it's beyond visa now. That means she's given up her 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 passport and whatnot, and her nationality with Ukraine, and is now officially recognized as a Japanese citizen.
She identifies as Japanese.
She has a Japanese passport. Kind of,
Right.
sort of like what that dilemma that Naomi Osaka had to go through earlier, but Naomi Osaka is a different case because she is half Japanese. But in that case, still because her dad's American and her mom's Japanese, Japan has a thing of when you reach the age of 21, you have to pick which nationality. They don't have dual citizenship there.
What?
They like some countries allow you to have dual citizenship.
Oh, I guess it would be. See, I would think that it would be where you were born,
Right.
and
Well,
I'm sure that that's where this is going. Right?
right. So, but with Japan, they don't allow dual citizenship. So, if you happen to so by
But
21, you
she
have to
got
make
rid
a
of that.
choice. Huh?
But she got rid of that.
Yeah, by 21, you have to make a choice. So with Naomi Osaka, she had a US passport and a Japanese passport. She had uh she was she was not needing to make that choice until she reached 21, and then she was like, okay. Then she chose Japan, and that's when people were like, "Oh, fuck that. Oh, she should have stayed American." No, she went the way she wanted to be. That's
Right, and
fuck
that's
that.
okay. She can do that.
Yeah, right. This chick, she was 5. So she had that was how that was going to be, but she filed for nationality to be recognized. Hey, I am strictly Japanese. After doing that, boom, she gets in the contest and ta-da, she wins.
What are
And
the
so,
odds?
yeah, well, so now people were like, yo,
Unless she's got pool,
well, I mean, it's almost like, so wait,
and
we're
if
having a
so, she's a fucking gangster. I'm just
we're
saying.
having a contest for the most beautiful Japanese woman that can represent the look and the culture and the basically they were saying people are saying everything but the ethnicity. They're not using the word ethnicity, but basically that's what it boils down to. You look at someone, you're like, oh yeah, they have they have Japanese. At least one of their parents are Japanese, or they were raised in full blood Japanese, whatever.
Right.
No one's really ever looked at it as like, hey, if I switch my nationality to Japanese, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be able to do this, this, and this
Oh, right,
because
right.
so that's where
Well, I guess that's an opportunity that you have if,
right. And that's where things was like,
if she
hey,
wanted to exploit it, then she could, but, people could be mad at her for it and they could do that too. So,
right. So for like a whole month from January to now, people were just like, the fuck? And it's kind of when you look at the body language, like when you look at all the other contestants side by side, because they have the runner ups and
was she really the prettiest?
second and third. I mean, I think for me, it wasn't one of those things where I could definitely say she was, because I think it was just sort of like it. because I'm looking at her thinking, okay, yeah, that's a representative of Japan. And I have to admit, I'm looking at it through the lens of ethnicity. I'm not really like, okay, she's got parents that are Japanese or something. But I was like, yo, this is like totally, this look is totally not what I was expecting. And it was a very, very interesting place to be in because I don't do that normally. But it was just sort of like you're wa it's sort of like when you're being told, "Hey, taste this. This is this flavor," and when you taste it, it's not. You're like, "Wait, this isn't." Like you're expecting something, but
It's like cilantro.
yeah,
I hate cilantro.
like you're
Fucking hate
expecting
it.
something, and then but when you taste, you're like, "Wait, what is this? What the fuck is this?"
Right.
And it's not a disgust thing. It was just like, "Wow, okay, wait, what is going on here? How did she pull this off?" Well, apparently there was a lot of people that was also thinking the same thing in Japan and around the world because it's called into question a lot of different things, and it really puts a spotlight on the the ludicrous nature of these type of contests anyway. Because I really feel like they put a they put a level of idealism on women that I think isn't really tangible in a lot of cases.
Okay.
You got I think people are seeing the results, but they're not seeing the backstory of like how much shit people go through, and then how it's not even regarded because beauty standards
Sure.
per country are
Right.
totally different. What's beautiful in Japan is not what's in Ukraine or not what's in
Right.
the US, not
Right.
what's in Africa. Da, da, da,
But
da,
then at
da.
that point, they just are taking a consensus from whoever is voting, whatever that target audience is,
Right.
and they'll let them decide. It's like original American Idol, but
But it's
for
like now you're saying this is the standard of beauty. This is
right,
what beauty is, and if you're not this, then you're not.
right.
That's
Well,
pretty
I
much
mean,
the short story that's being told.
but that is that's common in a lot of cultures. A
Oh yeah.
lot.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
in America, we don't. I mean, it's getting better that plus size women
Right.
have a hard time finding clothing,
Yeah.
or that really small women have a hard time finding clothing.
Hmm.
So, then they started to kind of open it up. Fashion has opened up on both sides, men and women.
Yeah.
There was more play for change
Yeah.
in women's fashion. And I'm not a fashion expert at all, but I don't need to be to know that.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right.
And so it's kind of like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think it sets a precedence on what is beauty, which can be different from country to country, but then also from era to era, because thick isn't new. It's just a
Right.
cyclical thing. Like,
Mhm.
20s thick is kind of sort of what thick is now, but they
Right.
weren't calling it thick then, and the preference for what
They
was
were calling it
sexy.
voluptuous.
Yes, yeah, it was much bigger words then and actual words without the repetitive consonants and weirdness. But yeah, it was a sensuality applied to the body and the curves, and very much so when you look at even art, like statues of Da Vinci and Michelangelo, they were some healthy chicks. Um, and then as time goes on, you got like Kate Moss comes on, and fashion is pushing a very, very slender, to put it lightly, uh, body form, and then you've got people trying to mimic that because that's the style, that's the form, that's the representation of beauty and standards. You boil all that down to where it becomes a thing of where also now ethnicity is at play. Then you're sort of like, yo, what are we really trying to what
But
are
she
we trying to
doesn't, to
convey?
me, and I know that I'm
Mhm.
not trying to be racist, but I do notice certain traits over certain countries, right?
Right, right.
She doesn't look Japanese.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that puts this story puts people
I thought that she was going to be a dead ringer, and I want to be like, well, what the fuck? I mean,
right.
okay,
This story puts people forces people to look at themselves in the mirror because even though you and I will say something to the effect of like where we're not trying to be racist, it's sort of in the background. Whatever we're about to say is fueled by some sort of remnant of something that relates to not blatant hatred as in regards to the racist aspect like that, but a very, very ethnicity fueled comment. And I'm not, I'm saying both of us are doing it in our own way. I know I'm doing it.
true,
And,
right?
and, and I think the beauty of this type of situation makes a lot of people look at it as like, okay, well, what is, and it's not just Japanese. It's like, okay, this just happened to be called out because it's in Miss Japan, but what about that? What about, okay, so what does it mean like when Yamamoto won, who is half Japanese as well, but she was born and raised in Japan. She speaks only Japanese. She only knows of Japan, but her dad is he's a brown skinned dude from I think New York. I think maybe either way. I could be wrong. I haven't looked up her story in a while. But the point of it is like okay, you look at her and you're like okay, yeah, she's you know you can tell that she is Japanese, but she's not the, for lack of a better term, stereotypical Japanese.
Okay,
Like if you're like, hey, describe to me what a Japanese person looks like. You, okay, I wasn't thinking her. And
okay, sure.
that's the thing of where I'm saying like it gets people, it forces people to look themselves in the mirror. It's like, hey, look, this is how I think. This is what I'm saying out loud. And maybe what I'm saying out loud right now is kind of cringy to a lot of people, but at least it's the truth that a lot of people are thinking and not saying because
Fair.
they want to seem more open-minded, and that's fine. But in the quietness of I don't want to be the one that say it or look bad, you can't help or deny or think yo, I'm not, yeah, I am thinking that, or that did come to my, yeah, when you look at the crux of it, that thought is fueled by, you know, what a lot of people, um, think about. It's just, that's just the case. I'm just being more aware of the fact where, I have to address that about myself. I'm not really trying to get people to do it. And it's just a very, very interesting thing.
Well,
Now,
you're an
Mhm.
extremely considerate person.
Now, after all of that, extreme nonsense, she drops out. Um, I side note, I just sent you a text of the person I was talking about.
Okay,
Um, one of the previous,
so those are
that's a previous Miss Japan.
right. So they're not the same person.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Yeah, it's just the flash is really hard on
I
the left.
wondered, but
The photo on
okay,
the
I can
left.
see it.
Yeah,
I
the
got you.
flash is really hard on the photo on the left, but it's the same person, and her lipstick is different. It's more of a natural lipstick on the right. Jesus Christ, who used to be in fashion. In any case, um, so yeah, the current Miss Japan, she drops out. She relinquished the crown. And I'm like, what the fuck? Was it the pressure from the nasty people? No, it was not even the pressure from the people that were saying, hey, yo, and going over this whole ethnicity circus that we were just very, very broad stroking, a few minutes ago. She dropped out because um, it was revealed that she was having an affair with a influencer who is married. And I think what they do is really irrelevant. She's having an affair with a married person, and
Okay.
she knew they were married, and but she just didn't think it was going to get out. But yeah, she had to she relinquished her crown, and which now I think when you stir up shit, you can't you can never be clean. You can never cleanly stir shit. And that metaphor holds true in reality. If you go out there right now and stir up a bucket of shit, you can't do it cleanly. You're gonna get your hand out of the shit, but you're still gonna have that stink on you, and that's very much the case here. She relinquished the crown, and then everyone that didn't want her to be Miss Japan is like, yeah, okay, cool. Now we can, but now the governing body of the Miss Japan contest, they're like, yeah, well, that doesn't mean the second place and moves up into first. That means that there's no Miss Japan now.
There's just no.
Yeah. So when the
It's just
so apparently
figuring
right
out.
now, not unless they change the rule, apparently when this Miss Universe comes around and all the other countries
Shut your
represented,
face! Oh my god, because they're connected. Of course they are.
yeah, Miss Japan,
Oh,
there won't be a representative of Japan
what the
because
hell?
she dropped out in the second. So
Whoopsies.
second place is like, yo, I can do this job. Yeah, nah, you can't. We can't. You can't fill in. No, I really can do it. Look, look. If ethnicity is
I
a
got it. It was
thing,
real close, wasn't it? It was real close.
if ethnicity is a thing, I'm I'm 102%. There's got to be some inbreeding in mine.
At least.
There's got to be some inbreeding in mine. So I got an extra 2%. So I can go ahead and do it. No, no. Once it's relinquished, we can't fill it until the next year. The fuck? So yeah.
Mhm.
So now people are like, great. Now, not only were we upset that she was, now we're upset because we don't have anyone to represent our country. Great.
Right.
Great, 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 great. It's very interesting because some people were comparing it to athletes. I'm like, okay, an athlete can go from one country and play for another country. Why?
Mhm.
They, like if somebody from the U.S. decides to go play for Japan, they can do that, no problem. And that team and the fans and everybody else accepts them, no problem. But
Right.
apparently, if you're going into a contest of sorts where it's based on looks, you have to be of of a certain look, i.e., ethnicity, and then you'll be able to basically play in that contest.
Mhm.
It's a very, it's a very, it's a much, I feel like it's a much deeper sociological and look at people in regards to how they look at ethnicity and how there's some deep seated things that no matter how much we try to strive to be as accepting as possible and not disparaging towards people for race or ethnicity, there's some deep seated things in people across the board that rears his head up every once in a while and makes us really look at ourselves in the mirror like, God damn it, how do I fix that about myself? Or is it
Right.
just really, or is it one of those things where it's like, can I even fix? Is it moot for me to even? Is it futile for me to even fix it? And I just need to recognize this about myself. I need to recognize that I'm not as squeaky clean, point the finger at this person and say,
For sure.
you're a fucking racist when I got some of my own shit that I gotta
Right.
keep. I gotta,
Look,
I gotta,
we're all on a spiritual journey, okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So speaking of journeys,
Speaking of, I'm rocking my spiritual journey, by the way.
yeah,
And shout out to the
hmm
wife-in-law. She
okay,
is fucking it up as well.
you kill me with that.
So,
You
yeah,
kill me
she's my
with that.
Will. That's what I call her, Will,
Oh man.
which
So
is great because people don't even know I'm talking to her.
yeah,
You know?
speaking of journey though, I
I
sent you a
have to
link.
go pineapple.
Oh, you got a pineapple? You got to go on a
That's my
journey. Go,
journey right
go, go.
now. Hey guys, this is the dinosaur from The Dinosaur and the Dude, and I want to talk about your headspace. And I also want to talk about headspace. We live in a very trying time, and stress can get the best of us sometimes. And sometimes we just need somebody to talk to, and that's totally fine. Just go ahead and go over to our website, thedinosaurandthedude.com, click on links and sponsors, and look for Headspace. There's a link there. You can click it and get 7 days free. Um, you have to be right with your mind. Okay, you got to talk about stuff. You got to get it out. You got to process it. There's way too much information coming into our brains these days than there is going out. So you need to find a therapist and just barf it all out, and you'll feel better. Can't believe I just said that. So you can go to our website at thedinosaurandthedude.com and click on links and sponsors, then go down and check out Headspace. They're showing that they're proven to reduce stress by 14% in just 10 minutes. Imagine what you can do with 30 minutes. You would be so chill, you would be thanking us. And I really think that you should try it and let us know how it goes. So yeah, go find a therapist and barf all over them verbally. Another thing that Headspace is going to do for you is give you 7 days free of therapy. So go and check them out and get your 7 days for free. That is faux free. Yo.
Hmm.
So, question for you. When's the last time you
Hmm.
cracked that Canada Dry?
I have not.
Are you trying to like
It's
be
kind of
straight and
weird.
narrow right now?
No, I just haven't gone to the store and gotten any. That's what it boils down
You
to.
realize that
That's it.
people deliver. I mean,
Right. Yeah, I know. I just hadn't got.
haven't done it.
I'm looking for the bold. I'm looking for the bold, and you know,
Have you
yeah.
tried Timu?
Oh boy, that's a good one.
Well, I just cracked a um a poppy.
Oh,
These things are so good.
okay.
Do you hear that?
Mm.
I'm
Yeah, I
pissing.
hear
No,
it.
I'm just like
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
you're
was
like,
like,
obviously she's drinking in the bathroom, duh.
she said that's where she was going. So, ta-da.
Ta-da!
So, yeah, about journeys.
Like the band.
So, I really wanted to get your take on the whole thing about the latest super Earth.
Okay. And how far away is that?
I get,
Do they have apartments available?
I think, and I remember like when I was texting you, I was like, I really feel like we should just stick to what's in. Really, we should stick to what's in our solar system. And by that, I mean, if it's past the moon, fuck it. Because that's right. I just said our solar system is the Earth and the moon. I know that that
What?
that that's a total kick in the nuts to Galileo, but I'm just saying we have not we've not done enough to really even consider talking about. Oh, we just NASA confirmed that they found a super Earth that
Mhm.
was really the closest ever. Yo, we don't know how this one just snuck up
We
on us,
neighbors.
but it's closer. It's closer than all the other ones we found
Is that what
before.
they're doing when they're
This
taking
is
all of the children?
this is super close. This is 135, 137 light years away.
Right? We're
So,
neighbors. Hello.
oh my God, it's so cool. It's so earthy. I mean, it's a super Earth, so okay, it's really big. And yes, everyone, I know
Size
I am
matters.
I'm really doing my best to give an impression of people talking about the wonders of something they'll never see. So yeah, if you just have some people casually talking about, so yeah, this super Earth, like I said, it's 137 light years away. Amazing! It's so close. We don't even know how it
Barely.
stuck up.
Like
Like
elbow
how?
room is tight.
It's okay. So first off, it's a super Earth.
Which means that it's
So
us, but more.
it's but bigger.
Better.
It's like you know you get Earth and you just inflate it a little, and then you get super Earths. So that means it can hold. It has atmosphere that's likely. I love that it's always likely too. It's like it's a super Earth. That means it has the most likely life-sustaining atmosphere. That means no one's gone there to check. No one's verifying
Right.
this. There's
We're
no.
shipping people out
There's
there.
no.
I mean, just fuck it. Just about the time they get there, they're not going to know what's going on.
There's no blue check mark next to this super Earth's name. It's literally someone looking at some readings and going, "Mm, yeah, I think we could." And they don't know for sure.
Right.
Like people might go there
Good
and
enough.
it might smell like a bunch of farts. They don't
Good enough
know.
for government work. Moving on.
So, I mean, but for me, like, why do we even give a shit?
Right.
One, it's a
Oh, I don't.
one. It's 130. It's 137 light years away. It's within a habitable zone from its sun, which, by the way, is a red dwarf star, so it's smaller than ours.
Hmm.
And this some bitch orbits it.
Sounded so hick.
So it orbits its sun at a speed so that a year on this planet, on this super
Hmm.
Earth, a year on this super Earth is 19 days for us here. So,
Well, sometimes I do feel like I've been going through a whole lot, and that makes a bunch of sense if you're asking me. I don't know if
so
I get to
with
say. Also, I found nuts in the kitchen, so I'm eating them.
so within about like a month and a week,
Yeah. Sometimes it's slow. It just crawls, you know?
within a month and a week, you're having two birthdays
Sweet.
on this super Earth.
I'm a
So
billion years old.
right. So it's like, oh
I'm a
man, this is
wizard.
amazing. Yeah. It's kind of bizarre to me when we're looking that far away and we can't figure out the shit that's right here.
Hello.
We're like, not even let's let's just even okay, you know what? Let's take out of the equation just figuring out the shit on our own planet. Let's just look at the moon. Oh, okay, fuck it. We're not even going to look at the moon. Let's look at Mars. Oh, okay, cool. Neither one of those do we have a means of sustaining ourselves on that. But we're looking at this super Earth like we can get to it. And maybe that's the thing, which kind of sort of means that right now, everyone, we're about to dip our toes into a little bit of alien controversy,
Tell me more.
you know, not just controversy, but
Like
you know,
conspiracy kind of thing?
conspiracy theory
I
stuff.
hoped
Like
you were going to say that.
I was
Spill it, you
thinking,
freak.
I was because I was thinking after sending you that text, like people make these issues with conspiracy theories like okay, it's out in the open. It's just that it's so beyond the comprehension that we totally disregard it right off the bat. And so I started thinking like, okay, what if this is one of those things where NASA finds, you know, it's the whole thing where we gotta put some legitimacy to it. So let's just go ahead and say NASA found it. All right.
Yeah.
It's a super Earth.
We'll assume
Okay, it's
for the interest of it.
135.
Do mind the disclaimer, though.
Yeah, but what if that was a thing? Like like in previous episodes we talked about people that you know are in the know or this elite group of people that are running the planet so to speak, right? Have technology and a means of doing things beyond our comprehension. And you can look at other podcasts like Sean Ryan, where he's interviewed people that have stated these things and seen these things. And
Fascinating.
what if that's just like we're reading stuff that's really for other people, but we're reading it and they don't give a shit that we're reading it because they know we're already going to discount it. Like for us, for you and I and other people that are listening, except for you motherfuckers that are in Roswell, New Mexico, I know you guys are
Those
listening
aliens are
because
crazy.
you
They
guys
love
show
us.
up there. But what if it's like, hey, what if that's like a real estate ad for people that really can do that shit, that really have the technology? Like, hey, new super Earth, 135 million, 135 light years away. Oh, really? Cool. Let's go check that out. Beep, boop, beep, pew, and they just teleport there. We don't know. But for us, who don't have that technology, we're just like, that shit's 135 light years away. We don't even have the rocket power to get to
Right.
Mars yet. What the fuck are we talking
Okay, well,
about?
yeah. I mean, do not get me started on the moon landing.
Right. Well, there's that, but
There's that.
also
Yeah.
there's that. I mean, yeah, like down one rabbit
Mm.
hole leads to another rabbit hole, leads to another rabbit hole. So I'm trying to like keep us on this whole super
No, I
Earth because
appreciate that because I don't need to be
the
thinking about
super
it.
Earth is the super Earth is a big enough rabbit hole because it's a super Earth. It's bigger than ours, so it's got
It's
more
got
rabbit
more rabbit
hole.
hole potential.
Yeah, it's got more rabbit hole landscape
There you go.
than ours
Their
here.
square footage is a little bit different.
Plus our rabbit holes are they're kind of stretched out. That those are new, tight, wonderful rabbit holes in
Right.
a very super Earth way. It's just
Is it
interesting,
smooth
like
or
you
does it
get
just
these
drag?
kind of, I don't know. Again, it's a super Earth, so it's kind of it seems habitable. We don't know.
It'll do.
We don't,
Better than this
we
fucking
don't know.
place. Come on, let's go.
I mean, it's gonna be different if its years are 19 days in comparison to us. It's gonna be a little bit of different type. I It's just kind of weird that it's like, what do you do with that knowledge? What do you do with that information? Okay, uh, I mean, is that right up there with toilet paper you wipe your ass with? Because it's like, okay, hey, cool. I gotta found another planet, and it's likely
I guess we're still
got a
shopping.
habitable atmosphere. Oh yeah, cool. Where is it? It's 100, 135, 37 light years away. Okay, so we have to travel at the speed of light. Yeah, give or take. And and we got to do that in one we got to do that towards this destination. We got to travel at that speed consistently, no wavering, no piss check, no potty breaks or anything like that. We got to travel that way for 135 years. What we calculate as years, we have to travel that just to get there.
Hmm.
So the crew, you have to have basically you have to have a crew level that's redundant 3 times because the first crew is going to die out, and the second crew, which is able to do the same thing as the first crew, will have to take over and say they live around about 60, 70. They die out, and then the third crew is likely who makes it.
Oh,
The
fair.
third
Yeah,
crew and
true.
their kids are likely who makes it to the place that none of them really knew about or wanted to go to. Like if it's the kids of the third crew, they're just appearing at this planet like, oh, okay, cool. Why are we here? Well, we left Earth 135 million
Janky place.
fucking, yeah, to this other place, which by the way, they've
Hold
now
on. I'm sure the property
arrived.
value on Earth has plummeted. Okay, because we're not
Right.
doing it
Oh
any
no.
favors.
It's the equivalent of a spitball at this point.
Right.
So you're 135 light years away. You're going to a planet that calculates years equivalent to 19 days here. So our years to the years totally screwed already. Like if you see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like we're traveling to a place.
No, we're not. That's the thing. We're not. We're
Yeah,
not.
right.
I mean, really, we can back
I
this
mean
train up. We
we
don't even need to
are
go there because guess what? We're not.
we are we are but we're not. Like
I mean, you're living in a fantasy
we're
land right now. Do you understand?
yeah, it's like we're traveling to a place that within one of our years No, yeah, one of our years is 19 of its years. 365 divided by 365
Oh
days divided
Lord,
by
he's doing
19.
math, y'all. Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
19.2
He's
years.
doing math.
19.2
I
years.
pregame.
We're doing math because we have to do
Oh
math
fuck
because
no! I
we're
already
talking
told
about
you in a previous episode I don't do math. Like I just don't.
we have to do
I will
math at
find
this
somebody
point
to do
because we're
math. If you want to
talking
be
about
that person, thank you very much for volunteering.
I'm doing math. I'm doing the
Okay,
math.
good.
I'm not putting the math burden on you. I'm just saying if we're going to talk about
Do not leave the
NASA
fate of
and
the world
light
in my
years,
hands, my brother.
yeah,
Okay.
2 plus 2 is still 4, and that's as far as I go. But yeah, it's like our gauge is already off from the moment we ignite the engines to get there. And then for what? Because we're gonna fuck up a new playground? Because we're not really taking any knowledge with us that's gonna do better than what we're doing right here. So it's like, okay, great. We're gonna go to another planet because we basically need to start over and do better. So let's get a bigger planet and hope for the best.
Well, hey,
And
all
what?
the elites
No,
can go there. Go there and have the bigger, better planet. Do that. Fine.
oh
Great.
my
Go.
God. All the elites aren't gonna go. They're gonna take some workers with them too. They got to. Shit.
That's
This guy.
crossing borders, sir.
Oh man, jeez. What do we do with these super Earths? I mean,
They're just so everywhere.
right? So, so many of
Just
them,
like laying
and they
about.
pop up.
Little lazy
They're
bitches.
so they're so sneaky too. Like all of a sudden, boop, oh my God! Now you're
Oh,
so close.
hilarious.
Back away, 135 light years. You're so close.
I mean, you practically hit each
Um,
other.
right. Hey everyone, it's the dude. And I don't know if you picked it up on previous episodes, but I'm learning another language, and I have to admit, I suck at it. I've been trying to do it for years, and I suck at it. And maybe you do too. I don't know. I don't know how you are. Maybe you're even thinking about learning a new language. Cool. Let me tell you about Pimsleur. They are a solid learning option that you should really look into if you're trying to brush up on a language, learn a new language, or whatever your language journey is. I use Pimsleur. I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't use it and didn't think it was pretty awesome. You can learn at your own pace. The audio lessons are about 30 minutes, and you have flashcards and timed uh, little speed rounds, whatever floats your boat as far as being able to get you to learn the language, you're doing it on your own pace. But the way that Pimsleur does it with these lessons that you can do at least once a day, they're great. You're bound to get results. And that's why you can go on our website, The Dinosaur and the Dude, scroll down to the bottom, whatever page you're on, scroll down to the bottom, look for the Pimsleur link, click on that, and get a week for free. Yes, an entire week of Pimsleur for free. You start using that, you're going to start learning the language. And you're probably going to get it confident enough to start speaking it within 30 days. So take it from me. I use it. I love it. I wouldn't be recommending it. Use our affiliate link on The Dinosaur and the Dude. Click on that link. Get a week for free of Pimsleur. Start learning the language you've been screwing around and not trying to learn the right way. Start learning it and get going speaking another language. All right, that was it. Do it. TheDinosaur&TheDude.com. Click on the link, get a week free. If you don't, you're absolutely nuts. Now back to the episode. So let's end this episode out with a couple of asks.
Okay.
So we could do one or two with ask a dude, ask a dinosaur. I'll ask a dinosaur.
Okay.
I'll go first. All right. For those of you who don't know, this is like when we turn on each other and we try and interview each other with some stupid questions that neither one of us is prepared for, and so we just answer with the first thing that comes to the top of our head.
You
As
have
honestly,
explained it perfectly, and I'm going to challenge you on that tonight.
As honestly as we possibly can, and we just say, you know what, pass. I'm gonna fucking pass on that. But in any case, so I really haven't thought much into it. I just, you know, top of the
Okay.
dome.
Right.
Um, so like recently, with things going on with the
Good job,
sarcoidosis,
my man.
I've been typing that shit up. Uh, with everything going on, and do you miss consuming as much? Well, not as much, but in the ways you did before that you can't
Oh,
now.
like through like a pipe or a
I
vape?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there's a part of me that is, but like I'm a diehard. I'm an old schooler, so
Mhm.
I mean, I'm.
This is a very softball question. I
Was
wasn't
that a
trying to hit you
lesbian
hard
joke?
with
I
it.
don't
But yeah,
appreciate that. I'm just
yeah,
playing.
no. But I mean, yeah,
Oh my god,
I know,
Butchcraft. Come on, we got to talk about that.
right. I know that you were like, I've only known of you to
Uh huh.
smoke, so it's sort of like now is this whole thing where it's like, fuck, okay,
Well, I got a good source for edibles,
yeah, you want
and
to
now it's
consume, but
the
now you
state
got to
of
change
Texas.
your
So,
way. Yeah, you got to change your way of consumption. Yeah.
right, and I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. It helps with the muscle spasms.
Mm.
It helps with the
Mhm.
stress. Um,
Mhm.
it helps me relax.
Mhm.
So it's all good stuff. Um,
Okay. You mentioned it, but what the fuck is bushcraft about?
Butchcraft.
You know what? My brain filtered.
I know. Because you don't
My
trust me
brain
fully. That's
filtered.
fine. I get it. With me,
No,
it's
it
fucking, I don't know
filtered
what
for
I'm
me
doing
like
half the time.
it filtered for me like, oh, bushcraft. It's like you're just gonna talk about living in the bush. Oh
Yeah,
no, it's butchcraft.
butchcraft.
Never
Well, they're
mind.
very similarly related. Very much so.
Yeah, right. I just thought about that when I said it aloud.
They're fluid. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Jesus.
Yeah.
God.
They're definitely just feeling
Oh,
it out. You know what I mean?
oh
So
boy.
no
Oh my
judgment,
God.
just
Yeah.
doing its thing.
No.
And that's
No, it's
fine.
not.
We're okay with that.
Yeah, it's not.
Um,
Hmm.
but I thought we need to start a series. Maybe
Hmm.
turn it into a TikTok account.
Little series where we just talk about butchcraft.
Butchcraft, yeah. That's like,
Okay.
you know, doing butchy shit, like changing the back of the toilet or
Nice. Well, we could figure it
shopping for
out. We could
flannel.
figure it out.
I live
All
in
right,
the
I got one
Pacific
more.
Northwest, dude. I need
I
flannel
got one
all the
more.
fucking time.
I got one more.
Okay.
Ask the dinosaur. And this one's a little not so softbally, but it refers back to a previous thing that we mentioned and asked everybody else, but never asked ourselves. So, have you ever been in a situation where you have been, or you were about not have been, but you were about to get it on with
Hmm.
someone? That's for the kids that are sneaking and listening
You
to
little
us.
bastards, go away.
You're about to fuck, and then turns out they are of a different gender.
That has never happened to me.
That has never happened. Okay.
No. And I don't think that I don't I think that I would be okay. Not like yes, this is what I was hoping for, right? But it's just like yeah.
Yes, you have a dick.
Right. I mean that's not my kink, but I appreciate it for what it is. Um
Right.
but
That's hilarious.
but it would be more like I don't know. It would be weird.
Oh yeah,
It
it'd be very
would
weird.
be weird and awkward.
It'd be very weird. Yeah, yeah. I think there's an unavoidable amount of awkwardness, no matter what that comes with it. I think though, I think it's well, however, I think there's no getting rid of the awkwardness. It's just how somebody would,
I mean,
for lack of a better term, deal with the awkwardness,
well,
or
who the fuck would do
digest the
that?
awkwardness. I think, man, I think it's some people out there that really like that's the ultimate test. Like,
Your book of horror stories
can they
is
pass? You know what I'm
vast.
saying? Like, can they have a relationship with someone, or can they talk about relationship? I mean, talk to someone, get with someone, just have a good time with someone without gender being a focus in some
Well,
degree.
are they available? They're not married or anything?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm
Because
just
it would
talking to
never happen
you
for
to
me,
talk
right?
to you.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm just talking to you to talk to you. We're just having a good time because we're having a good time as two people. Whether I am male or female really doesn't have any
right, but
weight. And you're,
if you
hmm
interpret it, if
hmm
the person that's finding out,
yeah,
if I interpret that relationship heading in a direction where
hmm
we're gonna have relations and I assume, rightfully or
hmm
wrongfully, your
yeah,
gender
yeah,
or your preferences,
right.
then it would
What
be a
parts
little
are below?
misleading, I feel it could be, if
Yeah.
somebody were to do that.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm using the word gender, but I don't know. Some people might say it's archaic. Okay, whatever parts you have below. If I'm assuming there lies a vagina or there lies a whatever, that's what I'm assuming. And then if it gets down to the point that you're opening up, you're taking the wrapper off the candy and you're realizing, oh, hey,
Hmm.
it's it's more dough down there than I thought. Then
Or this goes like a
then
donut.
yeah, then there lies the issue. And I think it's so, and this might sound however the fuck it sounds. I really don't care, but I think it's like so many variables now, like kind of what you were implying as well. So many variables now because at this particular point, someone um, can have surgery to get, just what I'm gonna make a vagina, and then you're sort of like, oh, okay, visually that's what that is, and then next thing you know, it's like, hey, can I tell you something more
Oh, right.
in depth
Fucking
about
hell.
myself? Yeah, can I tell you more in depth about
I'm
myself? I'm so
surprised.
close. I feel like we're moving forward, and I want to be completely open
Mhm.
with you. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I used to be a man, and I had reproductive surgery, and
I bet
I've
that
done this, and
happens. I'm sure that that
I'm
happens.
sure. I'm absolutely. I would not be surprised if that was a non-fictional. I mean, a fictional story. I'm sure that's a non. I'm sure there's people that've had that situation. How it's played out, I think it. I think it definitely depends on what part of the country you're in.
Well,
um,
right.
right, but and no telling, and no telling. So I didn't know. I just figured I'd ask you, like, hey, have you personally been um in
No,
that type of
I've not.
situation?
And
Okay, you
I
got
think
two
that
for
the
me.
way that I would have if that were to have happened, the way that I would have handled it
Hmm
20 years ago versus the way that I would have handled it now, with a bit more
Mm,
grace
hmm
and a little dignity for the other
hmm
person, not just myself, um,
hmm hmm
it would just look a lot different, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. I think it's like a thing somebody says now. Is it the same previously? Is it the same later down the line? If you're if you're 19 and you're realizing that Samantha used to be Sam straight up, then you're like, oh, okay. What what do you do with that? It-
I guess
how
it
much?
could happen a lot more in perhaps, either the elderly, because they take a long
Yeah,
time to get intimate, and or
yeah.
people that are younger and they're not that experienced because 'cause they're gonna be a little bit more slow.
But it's interesting to me because you look at other things and other interaction levels in other countries, and it's almost sort of like a thing where girl boys are really
Who?
um girl boys or like
Did you say
guys that are
girl boys?
guys that are like yeah guys that are like really, really presenting themselves as
Oh,
females.
I didn't know that that's what that was.
Yeah, girl boys or fem boys. Yeah, it's a thing. Um, and honestly, man, it's kind of hard to know. You know, I mean, they talk about not looking at the book by its cover, but it's like when you're first interacting with some people, that's all you
Right.
got. That's all you got, and so it's like, oh, yo, I thought I thought you were you were a chick, and it's like, well, no, not really, but I am, but not. I think it's kind of interesting when in other countries or in that type of situation, how people associate in ways where it's not that big of a thing. Um, to find yourself with a lady boy, as they call it.
Like they did it in Roman times.
Yeah, but this is like on a whole nother. This is a whole nother level of where it's just like,
Is
yo,
it really popular
I
in
didn't.
Japan?
No, more so in Bangkok,
Okay. I wasn't
which
sure.
is kind of which is kind of not really a secret when you just take the name. I know that's a very juvenile
Oh my
thing to
God.
say.
Thank
I
you.
know it's a
That's
very
just,
juvenile thing to say,
that's God
but
telling
it's
us,
like,
okay, we got you.
I mean, it's some people could say, "Well, it's a juvenile thing to say." Well,
Yeah,
or
okay.
I'm just reading the instruction booklet. Like the place is called.
Right. Bangkok. It's
It it's like,
also a
okay,
tourist destination. Ella.
it's kind of on the nose. It's kind of on the nose. Like I didn't come up with the name.
I'm
I'm
not
just going with
responsible
what's
for it.
given. I'm just going with what's given, and that's what you called it. And people apparently there are living up to expectations. I'm just saying, hey, it's kind of you can't say I don't know. Mm, it's on the plane ticket. So
Right.
shit. Yeah, yeah. Ladyboys are pretty.
I've never,
They're pretty.
I
Yeah,
don't
they're pretty
know a
prevalent.
lot about them.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so ask the dude. Um,
So now you got two questions for me, but I need to go take my break, and I will be
okay,
back.
yeah, no
You
problem.
good with? Okay, come up with some good ones. No boomerangs where you say, "Okay, have you ever been with somebody?" Okay, but no,
No,
well you
I'm
can't.
about to rip you raw, man.
Okay, cool. Wow. Looking forward to that. Jesus. That's the way you change your
Toughen
voice
up,
and everything.
cupcake.
Like, oh, like somebody's been looking forward to
Jesus, a demon
Jesus.
came out of her. What the
Right.
hell?
Right.
Hey guys, this is the dinosaur from the Dinosaur and the Dude. I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you for tuning in and for putting up with us. We know that we are a lot to handle, so we appreciate you sticking out with us. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out on the website, which is thedinosaurandthedude.com. You were also all over socials. We are hoeing ourselves out proper on socials. So just come and find us and say hi. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
So yeah, lay it on me. I'm ready to be ripped raw.
Okay.
Another soundbite.
Um, okay. So have you ever Mm. Have you ever seen a ram's penis? If you were here about 10 minutes ago, you would have gotten the whole spiel. But um,
Oh
so
fuck.
there's a reason why
Oh
I'm asking.
damn. Okay. Which is funny because it was still recording. So Who knows? I might get this. I might get the backstory later. But um, okay, I've seen. The short answer is no. I've seen a lot of dick from different animals.
I be comparing myself to everybody go, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I don't compare myself to pigs because who wants a pig's dick?
It's
But
disgusting. Well, dick and well,
huh?
I was gonna say dick in general is disgusting, but that's just me.
Right. Well, corkscrew everyone is exactly what a pig's dick looks like. So,
That's what a ram's looks like.
really,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, neither did I. And then I looked it up on
Why?
my
Wait,
work
stop.
computer
Why? Why? Why?
because I thought that they were
Why?
talking about a ram's horn. And so I was looking up ram's horn, right?
Yeah.
And then Laura was like, "No, penis." And so I put in penis. My work computer, it goes back and forth with me. So I didn't realize I had my work computer plugged in.
Yeah.
I thought my personal computer
So,
was plugged in, my personal laptop.
nah, nah, nah. So what you're basically saying is now on your search history
Mhm,
you have Ram Dick on your work
mhm.
computer. Got it.
Yeah,
Got
absolutely.
it. It's a good life choice.
That's how I identify unemployed. Sorry about that.
So why'd you lose your job?
Ram dick.
I didn't. Yeah, I had some things on my computer that I couldn't justify. Like what? Ram Dick. Oh,
I have actually gotten
can
fired from a job for
can you pass?
stuff like that coming up on my history, and
Really?
yes. So
That was a bonus question. Wow.
no, I was looking at festivals in San Antonio. That's hilarious, I just got it. I was looking at festivals in San Antonio because I wanted to go to the Riverwalk.
Uh
And
huh.
so and then I clicked on this, it was an article about where they drain the Riverwalk, and then they, like, get all the gunk
Okay.
and stuff out.
Right.
Um,
Uh huh.
and all of a sudden, all of these just is boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was overloading my computer, like, so hard. And I don't know what that I mean, I was being spammed, I'm assuming, I think that's what you call it. And I was just like, "Oh my god." And I'm like, "What the hell?" So I'm like closing, 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 closing. I mean, if they looked at the time that it was up, they could
Right.
tell what
Right.
happened. Um,
Right.
but
She wasn't really looking at it. She was trying to close it.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
There's no
But it
way you
didn't
can
matter
really
because it
look
was
at
for
it.
a city. And they're like, "No, we
Oh,
absolutely
right.
can't, and we're really sorry, but we have
Yeah.
to."
We have zero tolerance.
I was like,
I
"Fucking
was
hell.
looking at how they
Okay,
drained
that's
the
fair.
Riverwalk.
Just so you know, you may wanna get your shit checked because it's gonna happen to somebody else."
Right. Yeah. I was going to say, if somebody is genuinely looking up something very, very, very basic, okay, how did they drain the Riverwalk? And you get just inundated with all types of Middle Eastern porn. I mean, what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do about it. It's like, okay, I wasn't really looking for that. Nothing is showing that I've even searched for that. You guys have a shitty firewall, and I just got, basically you just got exposed to their lack of protection.
Right. But what's hilarious is
Sucks.
that the city manager ended up getting fired for he was doing some shady shit, so I
No.
know.
It's always somebody, it's always that person though, right? It's always that person that is like, I'm gonna uphold the standard and get rid of the trash. And you're like, you're the trashiest son bitch here.
Right. But good you've got morals. Okay. Awesome.
You're the trashiest one here. No one's supposed to have binoculars on their dashboard. What are you doing? No, get out of here.
Um,
All right,
So yeah.
give it to me.
Okay, okay, let me see. I go
What's
by
the
the
other one?
fly by the seat of my pants, okay? I didn't write them down.
Oh, okay.
I just knew that
Oh,
I wanted
okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
to
same
do
here.
the other
I
one.
didn't write them down either. It was just whatever popped in my head. It
Okay,
was clearly random.
okay. What is the most random gift that you've been given that you were like you
Hmm.
totally connected with? And you can't say the
Mm.
shirt that I sent you.
Okay.
You're like, not that, ganky, janky.
The most random gift I've ever gotten that I connect with.
That you connected with the most, like you enjoyed it the most.
Right. I think when you said that it wasn't like random, it was I think of the one that I've kept with me the most. It which was kind of a random thing. I didn't ask for it, and it was just sort of like this guy I used to hang out with quite frequently. Um, and he like gassed it up. He was like, "Oh, I got something for you. It's a very, very it's a gift. It's from my country. Um, you know, I want to give it to you because it's high quality, and I think that you will enjoy it." And he's just like, da 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 da. I'm like, whoa, whoa, man! I don't even know what the fuck I'm about to get. Really? Okay, it comes from your.
Okay, so what
Okay,
was
so
it?
it's from another country, and it's high quality. I mean, this guy's he wants to give it to me. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't have anything for him, so I'm just gonna give him this heap of thanks, and that's it. And so he gives me this letter opener,
Okay.
and I'm staring at him like, so you brought this from this is what you brought from another country, and he's like, the quality, it's just I thought of you, and so I'm looking at it, and it's like
That's a sweet
it's a
gesture.
small, but it's like the everything is off center. It's like it's all
Like it was
jacked.
obviously
It's
like
got a
pressed plastic, it's not actually
it's like
stone or whatever.
yeah, it's wood. It's a wood handle, but like the end of it is off. The blade is it's okay. It's sharp. It's sharp enough for letters and whatnot. But it's just like, oh, okay. I didn't know what he was giving, but the way he was describing it, you thought it was like, yo, the end of the movie where a chick drops that Hope diamond in the water? I got it, and I want to give it to
Right,
you.
right, right.
That's like he was making it out like something like that. Like, I brought it. This came all the way from my country. I wanted,
Well,
like, I thought of
sometimes
all the people.
it's a show of respect, and some
Right.
cultures are super
Yeah.
into that, especially Asian cultures, I believe. And,
Yeah. It was a big thing.
so, yeah, I mean, depending on, where they originate from or what customs they're accustomed to, uh, it could be a sign of a high respect.
Yeah. Definitely. It was one of those things. It was definitely one of those things. I just felt like because I didn't know what it was at first. And so I'm again, like we talk about on here, theater of the mind. I'm building up this thing in my head, like, okay, what the fuck could he be talking about? Okay, it's got to be like he's really, put forth effort to have this brought over from his country, and he's like, okay, it's so this and that. He's like, who is someone that I know that would appreciate this the most? It's got to be him. I want him to have it. You're gonna have it. I want you to have it with you. I was like, okay, cool, man. Yeah, dog. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, yo, is this something I gotta hide? Is this like some? Is this like some? Is this made out of ivory? What the fuck? Okay, cool. All right, great. And he's like, here you go. And he's looking at me like, here you go. Like,
Mhm.
yo, this, this is it. This is what. This is what it all. This is everything. The Crusades. This is what they were fighting over. Excalibur. This is a part of it. Here you go. Here's And I'm like, wow, all right, cool, man. You brought this over for me? Yeah, yeah. I felt like if anybody should have this, it would be you. All right, cool, man. Man, I
Super
don't even know what
appreciate
to
that.
say. Like, I
Well,
literally didn't know what
thanks so
to
much.
say.
I'll just put this right here and moving on.
I was like, I don't know what to say. But the funny thing is, I've had it with me ever since. And like, if I don't have it on the desk, I have it somewhere else, and where I interact with it in some capacity, or it's next to me in some capacity ever since. And been for years. Like every time I look at it, I think of that moment where it's like, I want you to have this. It's like, okay, fuck, man, what is it? Because you've been talking about it for 6 months. What the fuck is it? Oh shit, it's a okay, okay, all right, man. This is
Oh, I'm
amazing.
sure that was
I
awkward. Like,
never
oh,
would.
thanks.
Yeah, it
This
was
means a
like I was
lot.
like I I I don't know what to say. I don't think there's
I
anything I
think you're
could
real
say
special too. Do you want a hug?
that would that
Do you
yeah
want
that
a
would
hug?
yeah. It's like what happens now? What is in exchange? Is there an exchange? Because I don't have one for you. I don't. It's just like
All
what
right,
the
I
fuck
don't
do
know.
we
Like, I
do?
got you this can of beans.
Yeah, right. Cool. Lunch. You want to do? You want
or no, it's
a
no.
hamburger? Hamburger. You like hamburgers? Okay, let's go do that. Can you eat meat? Okay, cool. Let's go do that.
Do
Let's
you
go
know
do
how to
that.
chew?
Yeah, let's go do that. Yeah, because that's the thing. I mean, side note. Yeah, I will corrupt your spirit. So yeah, I've been places where people that aren't supposed to eat meat, and I, convince them to go ahead and eat meat. And so, yeah,
Oh my gosh. We love
I'm
you
that
too.
person. I'm that
That's
person.
okay. We love you through it.
That's okay.
We love you
So,
through it. Yeah.
as long as you can find that means to do it, then that's great. I appreciate the love. All right. Well, then that was the two
Well, it's
ask,
two asks.
and then we had that little side thing about someone surprising you
Mm,
in the moment of heat, and then
that's a good
and
way to lose
educated
it. If
people.
you got something to whip
And
out and you whip it out whenever you think it might not be an appropriate time or at an
yeah,
appropriate, you know, situation, you might
yeah,
lose it.
yeah, yeah. I feel like there's I feel like that's a very, very deep conversation.
Very interesting.
I would love to have someone um, that we could interview on that.
Oh, that would be cool.
And it's not a soft, like suggestive way for anybody that's listening. It's like, ooh, I can fill them in with my story. Like, I mean, genuine conversation. Like,
Right.
not necessarily one for shock, but just one for education, enlightenment, and understanding, or of
For
some
sure.
sort. Like having a conversation where you're just like, hey, walk us through this type of situation, because neither one of us has been through it before. You have, and we'd love to get your perspective on what it is
Absolutely.
that went down. What I would I would guess that there are people that have done it more than once. And I would guess that if they went badly the first time,
Oh, yeah.
they were gun shy to reveal that the second time, and then wondering like, okay, is this going to be better than the last time? Because in the end, feelings are involved. Not only that you're just a fucking just wreck of a fucking gigolo, and you're just like with people no matter what, and you don't give a fuck. You're like, hey, if you're with it, you're with it. If you're not, you're not. But then I think those are might be like rare cases. Whereas some people, they really genuinely have feelings for some people, and they're putting it really out there when they're like, look, here's the deal. Or even more so, if you have both just by birth, and you're like, yo, I got both genitalia. What's up?
Yeah.
Um,
That's a flex, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of a flex, but at the same time,
Could be.
well, it's kind of a flex. I guess it's kind of a flex if you can figure out a flex like that chick with the two vaginas. But,
Right. So fascinating. I
you
thought it
know,
would be rude if I asked if
yeah,
I could see, but, I didn't ask.
I'll try and hit her up and see if we can interview her. It's like, yo,
Oh, no, I knew a lady.
oh, that's right. You mentioned.
Yeah.
Oh
She was
no, we got to
super
discuss
nice.
that.
She was so super nice,
Yeah.
yeah. She was a really good person.
I mean, it's nothing to where I think like I don't want to imply to anybody in the dual genitalia community that there's something,
That's a thing? Is it nice
you know,
there?
that there's, I don't
Free
know. I
Wi-Fi,
want to say
at
that
least?
I think I think that's the plus.
Gotta
I think that
be a little bit
LGBTQ AI
larger.
plus,
Okay, okay, I got you.
LGBTQIA plus is the thing right
Or the
there.
super.
That plus is really the asterisk that has description later on down at the end of the story. But I think that I think that I think there's a hard unspoken road for people with multiple mul, multiple genitalia. Did I just make up
Multiple
a sentence?
gen variations of
Gen-
genitalia.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be interesting to talk to somebody with that. I mean, without any shame
Oh, yeah,
or
no,
any
just
shock,
to
just
share and spread
just
awareness
yeah, just general
and your
understanding.
legs.
Yeah, yeah. What is that all? What is that all like? Please send on pictures to the dinosaur because she would have better understanding of
I
that
will look
than
at it
I
and be
would.
like, "Okay, that makes sense to me, like, I understand that now."
It's not hieroglyphics. Jesus. Ah, okay, okay. It was upside down. Got
Yep.
it
Oh,
now. Now it's
it's like
right
one of
side
those
up.
ink block paintings. I got it, I get it.
Now it makes
I
sense.
understand it.
If I squint, it makes sense. Got it. That's the asshole.
They're gonna
Okay,
think that we're
great.
dicks.
No, I'm the dick, and you're the dinosaur,
That's me.
and I'm the dude. And this is the end of
We're
another great
doing a
episode of
smashing job. I'm, like, fading right now.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. We got a great episode. She's fading, but thanks everybody for listening to another great episode. Well,
uh,
at least we feel like it's a great
yeah, I
episode.
thought it was great.
Yeah, see,
You need to let me know.
that's when.
Y'all need to let me know if it was great or not because
Mhm,
I need to know, like, am I on point? Am I tuned in
mm,
correctly? You know what I mean?
mm, mhm,
It's
mhm,
important.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. I think feedback from people is great because we always want to make sure that we are giving the best of what we can
I mean, if we have
to
something
everybody
that we
that's
can share
listening.
and it's in a positive way, then great.
Yeah, I think I think so absolutely too. You know what? You just mentioned that something that I meant to bring up to you
Yep.
before we go,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
Because you mentioned how you really hope that we were being listened to
Mhm.
in certain places. One of them you mentioned New York,
Mhm.
and so I just wanted to update you, madam.
Mm.
In New York, we now have listeners in New York City, Bronx,
Oh,
Queens,
did they commute? Okay.
and Brooklyn. All four locations.
Of course we do. That's
At first it
amazing. I
wasn't.
love it.
At first it was just
I
one. We've
fucking
now
love
got
that
four.
so much.
We're all over the place. In Omaha, Nebraska. We're everywhere now. Thanks
Hey,
everybody.
Omaha,
Thanks
I see you. Okay, I know that you're there.
thanks everybody. In Hungary, thanks for joining. Hungary's in there.
Hungry.
Appreciate it. Malaysia
Shut up.
is in there
Really?
now.
Malaysia? I mean, hungry too, but
Yeah. Salangora, Malaysia, thanks for listening. So thanks everybody around the world for listening to us. Please keep
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 listening.
tuning in and tell your friends so that are in other countries so we can get all over this fucking
Y'all all need to
earth
group up and
because we want
listen
to
to
conquer this.
us.
we want to conquer this Earth before we get to the super Earth.
Yeah.
Okay,
We just need to
we want
fill
to get
this one out completely, and we need you to help us to do that.
yes. Yes, so please continue to do that. You can do that the most efficient way by going to
TheDinosaur&TheDude.com.
thedinosaurandthedude.com. All of our stuff's on there. You can listen in all kinds of ways, whether it's iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts,
There's a litany of things that you
Spotify,
can do on there.
all there. So please
Merch.
go over to that. Yeah, exactly. You can find the
Grab your
merch. You
t-shirt.
can find all kinds of stuff. So your best place to go is thedinosaur&thedude.com. You can even get discounts from our affiliates if you use our code. No shame in the game. So
And falling on
please
a
go
budget.
over there. We'd love it. And yeah, that's it. If you don't know, now you know. She's the
That's
dinosaur,
me.
and I'm the dude. And for all of the girls and boys,
Dudes and
lady
dudettes.
boys, dudes and dudettes, yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, and
Hoes and gigolos.
gigolos,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
motherfuckers and
Get
fatherfuckers.
it.
Everybody
needs some
love yourself. Love yourself.
Really hard.
And when you love yourself hard with lotion.
Lots of lotion. Okay.
And hopefully you'll survive that, and you'll be around to hear our next episode.
Beat it
episode
like
10.
it owes you money.
Wow.
I'm a lady. Did you know that?
Wow, beat it like it owes you money. Like it was supposed to leave the house, go make money, and bring it back to you, but it forgot. It stayed on your body, and now you're gonna beat it like it because it owes you money. Yeah. Okay. I'm so glad I didn't drink right then and there. The glass was on my lips, and I didn't drink. That's fantastic. All right. Thanks again. Love you. Get some sleep. Okay. All right. Bye.